Welcome to AIM System. This is where we share with you not only how to start making money right after we get off of this basically sign up process, we also give you a little backstory behind the company. So, over the next 15 minutes or so, we're going to get you guys all situated. Again, we've got probably another 2 or 3 minutes. And then right after this meeting, our president, Jerry Skelton, will be doing a training meeting to help you to use our technology with whatever sports book you might have. So I'm sure that whoever or however you ended up here, whether it was an email, whether it was a website that there's a banner on, wherever you came from, we're here to share with you exactly how to get started so you can start making money in the sports world immediately. All right. Let me get my screen going here. All right. We're going to get started in just a minute or so. If somebody can hit in the chat that you can see our website, that would be helpful. And you can hear me. See and hear me. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, welcome to AIM System. This is an historic day. The reason why it's a historic day is because sports in Las Vegas had never shut down before. And today is the day that Major League Sports, the first, what they call the Big Four, the first of the Big Four, came back to be in play. Now, over the last 2 months, golf and UFC and some other sports have been coming back. So, little by little, sports have been coming back. But when you talk to the people who have been in Las Vegas for all these years making a living as professional sports bettors, or as they like to call themselves, professional sports investors, this was one of the most historic days for these guys because of the fact that now they can go back to work. They can start grinding out, doing what it is that they do with the Big Four sports and sprinkle in the other sports that we've been getting action on over the last month and a half. All right. So now that you kind of have a little bit of the backdrop, let me kind of share with you exactly how you can take advantage of AIM System immediately following the call today or the webinar today. So there's a little bit on the backstory. Smart sports betting made easy. AIM System LLC is a private, debt-free technology company based in Wyoming, created by a collective of expert sports bettors dedicated to helping others achieve greater success. Our app is designed for bettors of every level, from the newcomer to the longtime sports investor, in order to generate greater amounts of income. The AIM competitive advantage. Well, our sports betting technology revolves around the process of value betting, the sports betting equivalent of value investing. We receive data from our experts and use artificial intelligence to estimate the true odds of the possible outcomes of upcoming sporting events. Our algorithm then scans the market to identify overpriced and underpriced bets, which we then disperse to all of our users all across the world. A modern history of legal sports betting. So, if you're not aware, May of 2018, everything changed. The experts that we work with who have been in Las Vegas, who are calling this an historic day because sports betting with the major sports is back up and running, this is when everything changed. This was a pivotal movement for our company. The U.S. Supreme Court granted all states the power to legalize sports betting. Since then, legalization has expanded throughout most of the country. This monumental shift provides us with a first mover opportunity in a market that's set to boom. And the reason why we say that is, number one, because of what we've seen in the last 2 years prior to the pandemic. And now, even as people are getting back into sports betting, what we're still seeing states get more sports books up and running. So we're seeing that. But the biggest reason why is we are in the largest economy in the world. And we're taking an unregulated industry and we're making it regulated everywhere else in the country. It had only been in Las Vegas up to this point. So that's why this is a huge opportunity for lots of people to get a first mover advantage and just follow our process and be able to make money for the next several decades. We aim to partner with those who put winning first. So let's talk a little bit about our experts. So we divide them into 4 groups. Our one group is our data scientists and analytics specialists. Our betting labs work tirelessly to identify and compile all relevant data to be analyzed by our speculative management engine. These guys work tirelessly looking for the advantage. So if you go right now and you look at all the games that are on the slate for tomorrow in all the different sports, these guys right now are crunching those numbers. They've been crunching those numbers, and they're crunching the numbers for the next day at the same time. That's all these guys do. They're scouring social media. They're scouring anywhere to get all this information, and they run it into a funnel that they then spit out into the speculative management engine. That's our one group. Our next group is our sportsbook insiders. These are the highly informed specialists who apply deep knowledge of public betting lines, percentages, line movements, and trends. These guys work in some of the biggest sports books around the world, and we have them on our staff. And what's cool about sports betting versus the stock market is the fact that there is no insider trading. So when these guys see something that's a little bit irregular, they let us know, and there's no problem with what they're doing. Then we have our professional sports bettors. These guys, for 26 consecutive years, have been successful at beating the sports book. They've been thrown out of more than 1,000 sports books. And when I say thrown out, it's not a bad thing. It just means that, hey, they're that good that the sports books say, hey, you know what, we're tired of you beating us, so we prefer that you don't come here anymore. AIM experts apply decades of experience to find betting edges across a wide range of sports, from golf to baseball to hockey to basketball to football and more. Then we have the last group, which is a very important group, probably just as important as our professional bettors. These return on capital specialists with over 150 years of combined experience have built an algorithm with just 3 simple steps that can put any user into the 2% club of sports betting. I call it the 2% club of sports betting. A lot of people in the industry say it's closer to 1%. But the reason why I've been saying 2% ever since we formed this relationship with this company all the way back 2 years ago is because all of our users are going to fall into that club, which is going to move that 1% to 2%, because now we're going to be able to take that same information that we've been using, or that our experts have been using in Las Vegas, and push it all across the rest of the U.S. and even outside of the U.S. All this is tied together with a gentleman by the name of Jerry Skelton. He is our president. He's the guy that's going to do the training after this. He is committed to helping the guy who knows nothing about sports betting to the guy who maybe knows a lot about sports betting but just has never been able to win. He's committed to help each and every one of us to become professionals by using the information that's available. He has spent the last 24 years as a key member of many sports betting companies, both domestic and international, with some of the greatest highlights being in Las Vegas, Venezuela, Carousel, Costa Rica, and Panama, working with the largest sports bettors in the world. That experience has made him the perfect expert to run the day-to-day operations for AIM's system. Now, you got the backdrop. You understand what we're talking about. Now, let's talk about what that SME actually does. So it's an AI-driven analysis tool that combines 39 unique data points, including news, athletic performance, team performance, etc., to provide in-depth automated reports. These daily reports and picks are ideal for any sports-driven industry or activity, such as sports betting, fantasy sports, team drafts, or play simulation. So I want you to think for a minute. We're not going to ask you to scour these reports. Our experts are going to take care of that. We're not going to ask you to do anything other than get the alert from us, go to your sportsbook, put the play in, follow exactly what it says. If it tells you based on your risk factors to put $20 on a bet, that's what you're going to do. And that's all you're going to do. Our experts will take care of scouring those reports. Now we're ready to get you started. Now, a lot of times when I do this, because we do this twice a day, Monday to Thursday, and well, actually Sunday to Thursday, we do it twice a day, and then Friday and Saturday, we do it once. But what happens a lot of times at this point, because now I'm going to go through how to get started. A lot of times people are following along. They're either watching this on their phone and they're typing on their computer. You can do whatever you want, or you can wait till we're done, and then you can go and follow the simple directions that I walk you through right now. I'm going to give you a little disclosure here. The information presented is from users of AIM who used our recommendations and money management principles. No guarantee is represented or implied. The performance represented is historical, and past performance is not a reliable indicator of future results, and users may earn more or less. I'm going to take you into my live back office of my SME. I call it an office because that's where I do my work every day to be a professional sports bettor. So that's where we're going to head right now. Okay. Before we go into that, I'm going to show you how to set yours up. So if you're working with me, alongside me, first thing we're going to do is click Get Started. So go to the website that you received when you came to this webinar. Now, you're going to go right to our bronze level. There's 3 steps. Create an account, configure an account, and then start multiplying your funds. So right now, we have 3 tiers. You can only join the bronze, $79. You're either going to pay $79 or you're going to pay $39, depending on whoever ended up marketing to you, whether it was one of our brick and mortar companies, one of our marketing companies. If they sent you a $40 gift card, I'm going to urge you to use it in your first month. No reason to hold on to that gift card. Use it tonight so that you can get your account started and you can save $40, which means you're going to make an additional $40 this month on the plays that we sent you. Click Join Now. All you're going to do, first name, last name, email address, password, confirm your password. I'm not a robot. Submit. We've all filled out hundreds of these online. When you go to the next page, it's going to ask you for a credit card. If you've got the gift card, put the gift card in, pay $39. If you don't, pay the $79. You're still going to make plenty of money using our system. Because remember, over the last 26 years, our experts have won year after year after year. So you don't need to worry about that. So once you've done that, you're going to go to your email. You're going to click on the email. It's going to ask you to verify that that is your account, that you did the email right. If you didn't get an email, you might not have put the email in right. So double check that, then hit log in. We're going to my account. And first thing you're going to do, you're going to configure your account. This is where you get that 150 years of experience that's going to set your account up. And I like to say, set it and forget it until you need to adjust your funds again. So what you're going to do is you're going to follow this simple system, 3 steps. This is your total capital that you are playing with. The value is used to calculate your appropriate risk or play amount on each sport. This is readjusted automatically with your portfolio's performance and is used to recalculate risk or bet size every calendar month. So, just like if you were sitting down with a financial advisor, a stockbroker, a 401k analyst, whoever you might be sitting down with, when you're figuring out how much money of the money that you currently have do you want to use just for using the SME with your sports betting. If you're going to do other sports betting, that needs to be a separate fund. This is just for this. So in my case, it was $30,000. In your case, it might be $300. It might be $1,000. It's whatever you have that you can 100% put into this account. So once you do that, you're going to click next. All right. Now, this is what I was talking about. This is where these data analysts, this is where these money managers earn their money. The risk tolerance, this determines how aggressively you want to play and determines how large your risk amount is in relation to your starting balance. For example, someone with a risk tolerance of 1.5% will typically see bet sizes 3 times of someone with a risk tolerance of 0.5%. The higher the value is, the more your risk and the more your reward can be. Our recommendation is to stay in the green. And as you can see, I'm at 1%. I could go all the way down here to 0.5%. I can go all the way over here to 1.5%. I choose to go with 1%. I've been at 1% for this whole month. I could adjust that next month, but I'm following their system to the T. So I'm at 1%. Now, last step. This is where you decide how much money do you want to take out of your winnings every month. This is the portion of your winnings that will be recommended for withdrawal every month. The lower amount you withdraw, the more capital you have for each subsequent month. Recommended withdrawal amount is highlighted in green again. So I'm at 20%. You could be at 10. You could go to 25. That would be the recommendations. But you could go all the way down to 0 and say, hey, you know what? I'm starting with $500. I want to get that to grow as fast as I can so that I can be up to $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 as quickly as possible. Or you could be the opposite and say, hey, I'm starting with 30 grand and I want to take out everything I win each and every month. If you choose to do that, you will manually do it because we max it out at 60 just because that's the way our system was built. Now, I'm going to put that back to 20. I hit finish. I'm done. I didn't go and sit with a financial analyst for 2-3 hours. I didn't have to go looking for a financial analyst. I did everything at my computer right now. And if you're following along with me, your account is now set up. The next important step is to manage your notifications. You're going to want to know when the experts are publishing plays. You might want to know when the global results come in. So when the Yankees game finishes tonight, you're going to want to know, did they win? Did they lose? And did they have more runs based on the plays that we put out today? Monthly withdrawal suggestion. This is at the end of the month. Just a reminder for you to pull the money out of your sports book, whatever the amount you're going to take. And then the last one is AIM expert change global results. If something changes, sometimes there is a change after something happens, and you might want to know. The rest of these are all optional. You can put them on if you do, but everything's optional. But these are the ones that we recommend. Now, next thing, you're ready to go. So if you finish tonight, you would be able to, it take you maybe a half an hour to get this set up your sports book, and now you're ready to go. What you're going to do is you're going to look at the available plays. So now, as you can see, these are the plays for tomorrow. We got the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the St. Louis Cardinals. The Pittsburgh Pirates at plus 170. So basically what that means is if you put $100 up, you would win $170 when the Pirates win. So I would then go look at my sports book. I would see what that line is at with my sports book. If the line matched, I'd click here and I'd say it's telling me to bet 300 at 170, and I hit confirm. If the line is different, let's say it was 150, I would switch this to 150, and then I would hit confirm, and this would be moved from here into my current play. So because these just came in before the meeting, I haven't done them yet, so I don't recommend you click on them and then say, oh, I'll remember to put them in my sports book later. That never happens. So then from there, they go to your current plays. Now, these are the plays that are going on right now as we're sitting here. There's some of these are futures, but I want to look and see which one do I want. Oh, I'm all the way over there. No wonder why. Okay. So right now, while we're sitting here, current plays, we've got a golf play going on. We got a couple of golf plays going on. We've got a couple of baseball games going on, and we have a couple of race cars going on. So after that, we go to our play history. So every time a play finalizes, it's going to fall in here. And once it falls in here, you can see these baseball games, the amount will be here that you won or lost. So we're going to go past all these because these haven't finished yet. We're going to go to the ones that have. So here we had a game here, 600, lost 600. 1,300, 1,250, won 1,300, 1,250. 650, won 650. Lost, or 375 is the risk. Lost 375, lost 525. So that's how simple the system is. So I'm sure if you've been following along and you've been going through this process, what you will have noticed is it's not that difficult. But because Jerry is so committed, he's had so much success in his life as a professional sports bettor, he is committed every day to do these meetings after we do the sign-up process, which is going on right now. Now, you're either one of two people. You're either someone that's ready to go, you've already set your account up, and you want to get a little extra training, or you're on the other side saying, hey, you know what? I don't want to jump into this. I want to wait. So you can come back to our meeting that we have tomorrow at 12 o'clock noon. On Fridays, we go 12 o'clock noon Eastern. And then on Saturday, we also do 12 o'clock noon Eastern. On Sunday, we do 12 o'clock noon Eastern and then 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. And then Monday to Thursday, 12 o'clock Eastern and then 10 o'clock Eastern. Now, last thing I'm going to show you, then I'm going to let you get over to Jerry's meeting. So this is your dashboard. This is where everything is tracked. So you remember when you saw my account at the beginning of the month, on the 1st of July, I started with $30,000. Today is the 23rd of July. I now have $47,456.29. So what that means, if you think about it, in simple numbers, is I've grown my capital by 50% since the beginning of July. Does that mean that's going to happen all the time? No, it's not going to happen all the time. But because of the pandemic, because of all the things that have happened, it's much harder right now for the sportsbook analysts to beat us. We're having massive success. So the call to action right now for you is get started as quickly as possible. If you need help, get with Jerry. And if not, come back and watch this a couple more times and see where and how my account goes as I continue to go through this. That's the reason why I did the disclaimer. So you can see this is real life. This is what I've been doing since July 1st. All right, guys, have a great night, and hope you get good training with Jerry. And if you need to come back for another shot at this, come tomorrow, 12 o'clock Eastern, the same link.